Hello everyone. So this is my second video on this particular topic. So today's topic is again, uh, do you think 1 crore is sufficient to retire in India? Typically, if you see 1 crore these days is not a very big amount. But I remember when I was a kid in school, that time people used to uh, say lakhpati. That basically means a person who is having 1 lakh or more than 1 lakh to be the rich guy. Then, as I'm just talking about around 70s or 80s. People used to target or benchmark a lakh as this one. But very soon, because of inflation or because of growth or whatever you want to call it, now people are no more benchmarking with lakh. So now everything is now in crore. Right? So you remember that there was a time when Kaun Banega Crorepati used to give 1 crore. At that time, 1 crore used to be very big amount, right? So now 1 crore, of course, is a big amount, but it is not that big an amount for you to retire if you have that much. Now you go to any metro, probably if you buy a decent house, it is going to cost you more than 1 crore. So now 1 crore is not the amount that people would retire with. So they want little more. So now here, this particular video basically tries to show you that if you have 1 crore only, and if you invest in FD or in stock market or kind of combination of 50% FD, 50% stock, how long you can survive. And through this, I'm also basically trying to give you this message that 1 crore is not enough for you to retire. Okay, so now for certain assumptions before I start anything. So we are in the year 2022, and let's assume your age is 49 and you have already 1 crore in your savings, right? So this saving is invested in FD as scenario 1, or if it is not FD, then probably this 1 crore is invested in stock market if you are taking a risk, and then the conservative one, which is 50% of FD and 50% of stock. Typically, these are three scenarios we are working on. And on the expense part, I have taken this expense as a conservative expenditure where, I'm assuming that roughly 50,000 rupees in India you are getting for a month. So yearly it is around 6 lakhs, okay, which may not be sufficient in many metros, but I'm just being very conservative, so that if you have a house in a place, and 50,000 may be sufficient for you to survive, right? At the same time, I'm also assuming that inflation is 8% in this. Why I'm saying 8%? Because I would expect inflation to be lower than this, but to be safer side, it's good to assume little higher inflation rate, so that we know exact situation when we will exhaust our money. So let's see this Excel, and in this Excel, typically here I have put 1 crore, and the age is from 49 till uh, you know it's like 100 years, right? Typically I do not know, but I wish you cross everybody crosses, everybody cross 100 years. Okay, so now I'm assuming that FD has the interest rate of 6.5%. Now also you can ask why 6.5, why not 5.5, which actually is the FD rate. But I'm expecting that because of high inflation, interest rate is going to go up, and on an average it will hover around 6 to 7%. So on the safer side, I have just taken 6.5% as your FD rate. And the stock return also is a little conservative. I have taken 12%. Probably you can play with 15% if you want to see that. Our third scenario is a scenario where you are somewhere in between scenario 1 and scenario 2, where 50% is FD and 50% is stock, right? So here in 2022, with 1 crore, if you have 6.5% as interest, so you will, at the end of that year, you are going to get how much? 1 crore 6,50,000 odd money. Okay, and if it is in stock market, you are going to get 1 crore 12 lakhs, and if it is in FD and stock 50-50, then you are going to get 1 crore 9.2 25,000. Okay, so now for 2022, I have taken only 2 lakhs because now we have got 3-4 months, so 2 lakhs, and then the same balance if you have this expense deducted from your returns. So these are scenario 1's return, scenario 2's return, and scenario 3's return. Okay, now the whole purpose of this is to show that if you take these assumptions, probably you will see that the money is getting exhausted at some point. I mean, in this 100 years journey, your journey from current 49 years, right? So this basically shows that typically in the 2022 you are going to get the one which I have explained, and in 23, when you become 50, probably you will get after balance, FD balance is this much money. This much money is again invested for the whole year, and you are going to get 6.5% on that, and here 12%, and here it's like 50-50%. If you want to see the formula, very simple formula I have written. It basically means the amount divided by 2 and then multiply by the percentage that you have assumed, like 6.5% for FD and 12% for stock index, right? I have not taken the stock market because I feel still those who are having only 1 crore, they should not take too much risk on this. So let's be on the safer side. You have only invested in stock index, which is reasonably increasing at the rate of 12%, and which is safe to assume. Okay, so now the interesting part is this: if you go only with FD, typically what you see is your money after expense is going to exhaust at this particular point. Can you see this particular point, which is now highlighted in yellow, and you will see that by 65 your money will be exhausted. So one simple calculation shows you that at 49 age, with 1 crore you cannot retire. Typically if you have only 1 crore as your corpus, my suggestion would be to continue working till 65 and then resign or retire, or maybe you work for a little more time. But if you go for stock looks slightly better, but still not enough. So typically if you assume all these things, so you can go up to this point, okay, where the amount becomes negative. So typically you can survive up to 86, and 86 after that you will not have any money, or you will have negative money, right? So typically this is not a good situation to be in. And similarly, if you want to go with 50% FD and 50% stock, typically how long you can survive? Let's say here you can survive up to 70 years. Okay, so up to 70 years you can survive, and after that you will not have any money. So one conclusion that one can draw from this exercise is that 1 crore is too little money for you to retire at 49. So how do we come to a conclusion that how much money is sufficient for you to retire with this conservative expense of 50,000 and 8% of increase every year because of inflation? So let's do one simple calculation since all formula and everything is written. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase your corpus to let's say 2 crores, just for the sake of understanding, and no change in expense though. Okay, so now if it is like this, what changes you are going to get in this is very interesting to see. See, with 2 crore, FD can take you till most likely 79 years of age. Okay, so now this is what you have, and of course in stock, if you get 12% return, probably you can live up to 100 years with around some money left for your future generation. And scenario 3 is also looking very good, where you will not have a lot of money left for your future generation, but your job is done. Basically, you can survive with some money in your account by the time you reach 100 years. So the whole point of today's discussion is very simple. So 1 crore is not sufficient because of inflation, because of the situation we are in. Our money may not be sufficient for you to take you through